everybody, it's Kelly in Black Thread Studio. So you know what day it is. We are going to be crafting today. At the beginning of this, I tried to show you how much snow that we have. We have a lot of snow, and it's a perfect day to be in sewing. So I hope you guys are, even if you're not doing what I'm doing, I hope you're just sitting and relaxing, and we're sitting here together and sharing our creative souls and putting that vibe out in the world. So on Tuesday, I actually went to Goodwill last week, but I posted Tuesday, your teaser, and I had a little snippet that I went shopping at Goodwill. It was very crowded, it was noisy, and that was one of the days we got a snowstorm. So I actually had a part where I was had everything in my trunk, and I was showing you everything that I got that day, but it was way too windy and you couldn't hear what I was saying at all. So I didn't add that part. But again, at the end of this, I'll put a couple little snippets. I didn't get a lot, just a few things, but a nice wicker trunk that I can put some things in that was $4.99, and a cute little pouch that I'm going to use as a project bag to carry some cross stitch back and forth to work. And then I'll show you what I got today. So my intent was to go get something, anything. In my mind, I had maybe some kind of really cute tea cup with a saucer, you know, something that we could just do a really quick cross stitch and stuff it, and you know, either just set it out to be pretty or use it for a pin cushion, whatever you want to do with it. I personally, I have enough pin cushions. I don't know, maybe you could always use more, but in my mind, and I love the way things feel when it's filled with walnut shells. Oh, that's what I want to tell you guys. The doorstop that we did, that I filled with sand, and it was fine. That's all I had at the time. But after that, I reordered some walnut shells, and they came. I gave my sister for her birthday the doorstop that I did filled with sand, because I figured she would love it. She won't know the difference. And then I redid the other one and filled it with walnut shells for myself, and I kept that one. So anyway, I ordered walnut shells, and I love the way they feel. So my intent was to make a little cross stitch that I could do something with walnut shells and some kind of Goodwill find. So I gave you a couple of little teasers, and I really didn't know if I wanted wood, wicker, some kind of porcelain. I was just going with the flow. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and I just went with, I had a lot of ideas for a few of the things that I showed, but this, I thought, just keep it simple and inexpensive. So that's what I did. This is so beautiful. I just loved this butter dish. So that's what I ended up getting. I did take the sticker off already. I think it was $1.99. If you look back at the Tuesday teaser, I think it was $1.99. And I thought, wouldn't it be so pretty just to have a cute little cross stitch, little stuffed decorative thing sitting there on my table. So this was my starting point. Then I went through and I found this old cross stitch book, Among the Berries, Designs That Reflect Our American Heritage. It's by Sandra Sullivan, Homespun Elegance. And again, I didn't Google this. Most of my patterns right now and my charts are very, very old. You know, probably 20 years or more, I'm guessing. I'm looking for a date on this one. So I don't know if they're still available. This is the one I picked, and let's see. You can see the rabbit right there. I always wanted to do these, and I never made any of them. So I chose the rabbit. And I'll show you, I changed the spots from brown to a cream color, and this is what I ended up with. That's about how big it is. So what I did is I believe this is 28 count Lugana, and I did 2 threads over 2, and I'm not going to point out where I messed up, but If you look close enough, you can probably see it. Anyway, I changed it to white. There are a lot of mistakes in here, and you know, I don't care. Nobody, and unless somebody's comparing the chart or the designer looks at it, she'll say that bunny's neck is way too fat. Otherwise, who's gonna know? Unless I point it out. None of my berries are right. I just kind of went with the flow and figured it out as I went. So if you can see a funny little strip down here, that's where I messed up. And honestly, I think it's because I was stitching at night. I know this is true. I was stitching at night without good lighting, drinking wine, watching TV with Jim. And when I woke up the next morning, I thought, what in the world did I do? Well, instead of going over 2 threads, I only went over 1 right in the middle, and I just left it. I really don't care. You know, this is just for me. Now, if I was doing something for somebody else that had to be right, of course I would care. But this is just for me. So there's no way I was going to rip it out. But anyway, so then at the end, or underneath, I added Be Still and Know, which is one of my favorite scriptures. And I left this, since I added that in, I didn't really map it out very well, and the space is too big. So I found this really cute little green heart. It's a little porcelain green heart that I'm going to sew right on there. And I haven't done that yet because I want to show you how we're going to stuff this and do the front first. So Be Still and Know, I said it was one of my favorite scriptures, and I feel like this is speaking to me this year, so I wanted to put this on. This where I'm going to see it every day. I'm going to sit it on my coffee table. It has been one of my favorite scriptures, and then I was trying to, I don't know, when I say meditate, just kind of slow down and breathe and you know, just give myself time to think, because I don't. I'm scared and I run from one thing to another. And do you guys do this? I find that I'm not even breathing. I'm like holding my breath as I do stuff. So I actually found this on YouTube, Leanne Rhymes, who I absolutely love. And I think it was meant to come to me because it was just something that popped up when I got on YouTube one day, because I had no idea she had a YouTube channel. And she does like these chants, and one of them that she did is Be Still and Know. So if you're interested at all, if you go to Leanne Rhymes Official on YouTube, she has a whole section. I think it's, I don't know, melodies or chants or something. And this one, I mean, for minutes and minutes, all she sings is Be Still and Know. Anyway, it just worked for me and brought me to a really calm place where I can breathe. So I've been trying to do that on my lunch. And so anyway, I sent it to my sisters. I said, you guys, this has really been helping me. And then my older sister, Deb, texted me back, and she said, and maybe this is why it resonates with me so much. She said, don't you remember that Graham used to always say that? And oh my gosh, it just took me back. And I thought, she did. She never, like, whenever she had us kids, we spent a lot of time with them, you know, on the weekends. And she never said, be quiet. I can't stand when people say shut up. She never said shut up. She never said be quiet. She would always say, you kids be still. And it was just, I don't know, that just meant a lot to me. So anyway, I kind of went on and on about that. But besides the scripture, Graham saying be still just really resonates with me. So I'm trying to do that this year. Be still and know. So that's why I stitched it on here. Okay, to get past that, what I did is I stitched this in colors that would go with my little Black Thread Studio living room over here. And I cut out of my tablecloth again, my linen tablecloth from Goodwill. I cut another little section out. I wanted a yo-yo on the back, so I thought that little striped yo-yo would be pretty with those berries, even though you're not going to see it. It's going to be on the back. And then the other thing that I think I'm going to try to do here is once we get it stuffed, I want to put this rickrack around the edge, and then what I plan to do is, depending on how far, maybe in every other dip, I'm not sure, I'm going to have to see what it looks like. I'm going to do a bead. So the beads I have of choice are kind of this tealish green. I do have a red that I think would be pretty, but it's a little bit darker. It's more of a, I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I think I probably am going to do the red. And then I have some coppery and silver. I was trying to, you know, keep it more tonal. So I don't know. We're not at that part yet, so I haven't decided. So you guys let me know what you think. Anyway, in preparation for this, I did do an iron-on fusible interfacing on the back, and I am going to do it on the back of my linen. It's going to just make it a little bit stronger and support that fabric a little bit more as we fill it with walnut shells. So let's see, what else did I want to tell you? I used my 60mm yo-yo template from Clover, and again, that's the size yo-yo. I don't know why, but I guess this has been my favorite size lately. Yeah, I love that one. I couldn't find my funnel for the walnut shells. It's in the garage and it's way too cold. I'm not going out there and dig for it. So I made a funnel out of paper. We're going to use this today. And then I have my trusty bag of walnut shells, actually just from Amazon. So I think what I'll do is take a little break, because, you know, I have trouble with the length of my videos and them uploading. What I'm going to do, I'm going to measure the inside of my little dish here. I'm backwards. The inside is going to be about, I want it to sit down in there, so I'm not going from edge to edge. I'm trying to do the inside, which would be about 6-7 inches. So I think I'm going to make it like, I might cut it 7 inches, and then by the time I sew it down, it'll end up to be like 6.5, 6 3/4, depending on how big I do my seam. And then across, it's going to end up being about 3.5 inches cut. So I know you guys won't have the same tray, but if you like this idea, you can go find them, I'm sure. And I think it's going to be so cute. So let me get some things cut down. I am going to go ahead, I'm going to iron the fusible interfacing onto the back of here. I'm going to cut both of them down to size, and I'm going to sew all the way around and leave one end so that we can fill it from that end. So when I come back, we'll be filling and we will be doing the edging. Okay?